Hi there, it's Danielle Bradley from Land That Next Job and Coach with Danielle, and I have a special video for you. I'm actually bringing on a client of mine. Her name is Chattra, and I'm interviewing her out of the work that we did together. She had amazing results. She's one of my star clients, and we worked together, and she was able to get a new job in 10 and a half weeks. So I'm going to share the interview with you here so you can learn from her experience, kind of her before and after of the coaching that we did and the work that she did, of course, to be able to achieve her results. Now, I want to preface this a little bit just to say that I recorded this over the internet, and the video in part is a little bit choppy, but you can definitely hear both of us at all times. And as mentioned, there's a lot of value in this short interview that I wanted to make sure that I share with you. So without further ado, let's go on to the interview.
So, hi there, it's Danielle, and I have a very special guest here with me. She's a client of mine. We've been working together for a few weeks, and her name is Chattra. And I wanted to do a recording with her because she's kind of a very recent star client of mine who's had, really great results working together with my Get Hired coaching package. And I wanted to share some of her results and her experience with her of what things were like, before we started working together and, while we were working together and kind of where she is right now. So I'm going to pass it over to you now, Chatra. And if you can tell us a little bit about your job search, what it was like for you looking for a new job before we started working together.
It was a big struggle. In university and high school, they never taught you how to write an actual resume or cover letter. They kind of gave you a gist of everything. So what I took that with my university and my starting career, it didn't really apply to the jobs that I was, because also I was looking for a change of industry, which was very hard for me. I
Right.
didn't know what most of the people that I needed to find were looking for. I didn't know how to use LinkedIn, and I definitely did not know how to write a cover letter. So working with you definitely helped a lot, because writing very full jam-packed 3 paragraphs or something that's so straight to the point that caught the eye of many recruiters and people that are still messaging me.
People are still messaging you from when you were applying, because now, of course, you're in a very different spot, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about your results now, where, I actually was looking at my calendar before getting on this call to see how long it took from the time we started working together to the time you got a job offer. You actually got a job offer in 10 and a half weeks. That's really, really good. So maybe tell us a little bit about, what kind of results you got, as part of the work that we did.
Altogether,
Yes.
I feel a lot more confident in my skills that I can provide others. I felt like you've told me many times, most of the women don't apply to the job that they don't have all of the skills provided. It's because they may not be able to get it. But realistically, I played for a banking job. I have no experience at all. And I've had even recruiters contact me through my LinkedIn after updating it.
Nice. And that was the part where, the last time our most recent coaching call, you said, Danielle, you were right. And I was kind of all ears. And just maybe expand a little bit on that. Not just because, I was right, because that's irrelevant. It's just all about, kind of the realization that you had, I think, at that moment, sort of, explaining what happened exactly and how that came about.
I was not gonna lie. I was pretty skeptical though. Like, yeah, recruiters message you. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
But, having these messages made me even more confident in my skills, knowing like, you know what, like maybe if I decide to go back to healthcare, that wouldn't be an issue because people are looking at my profile, seeing what I can provide, seeing what type of different industries that I work with, and actually try to coach me in a few different areas, even in the restaurant business that I have been in, as well as healthcare and now marketing.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, you were, in healthcare and now you're moving to kind of banking, finance, investment field, right? So a lot of people would, not realize that a change like that is possible with very little experience, right? Actually, I wonder if you could share a bit about the decision to move forward with our work together. I know it's a big decision, and people might sort of have some fear attached to that. So just kind of wondering from your perspective, how did you make that decision? How did you come to that sort of realization that maybe that would be your next move?
For me, it was all about, I really did need change. It wasn't something that I was like very happy with myself at the time when I was started looking for a job. And I think that, what's the harm of taking time to invest in myself? Because it can only ever get better from here.
Right. And tell us a little bit more about the role that you've accepted. How do you feel about it? And, what do you think it's going to do for you and for your career moving forward?
I'm super excited. The first worksheet that you got me, was it the first two ones that got me kind of thinking about what skills do I have, what jobs I'm looking for, and what's the target things that I need for myself and my core competencies. That the job that I had got hired for fills all the things that I wanted. That I could
Nice.
do the job that I was currently with.
Yes.
And we discussed it during the interview. They told me, we only want you in this position for at most a year, and then we're going to move you to something that you want to do. I was like, okay,
Right.
wow,
Right.
that does happen.
Like the dream come true, right? It's like, you got a lot of clarity early on, right? As in terms of what you were looking for, kind of your, your dream situation and what you bring to the table, right? And kind of setting that target, and then everything flows from that, right? Your resume, your cover letters, your profile, and then your exact search, right? Everything kind of flowed from getting that clarity. And then just to have that, actually materialize in such a short period of time, right? How does that feel?
That feels really good. Because
Yeah.
honestly, before starting with you, I didn't really know what I wanted to do exactly. I
Yes.
had a generalized, very vague goal, but it wasn't something that like this is the path that I should be taking.
Right.
I should be with a company what takes me seriously as well.
Yes. And also curious how many interviews you had before we started working together.
None.
None. How many applications did you make?
I applied to like minimum like one job a day for
Oh,
like 6, 7, 8 months before we started working together.
yeah. Yeah. It's very common. Yes. Very common, unfortunately. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
very exhausting because you're holding down a full-time job while you're doing that. And then it's rejection after rejection, right?
It takes a blow at your self-esteem a little bit, but
Yes. Well, let's talk about that, self-esteem and confidence. Do you feel like that's another area that's improved with our work together?
oh, definitely yes. I think that having someone just kind of cut the chase and be like, is that what you're really saying right now? Really helps me. Like, okay, like maybe that wording wasn't so great. It's something that I should be working on because it definitely does help with my confidence, especially when you go into an interview. You don't want to be like, oh my God, am I wearing the right outfit? Did I prepare enough? Did I look through what their, the company needs for this job enough?
Right.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
your tips really helped with that.
And I guess my last question would be, or no, second to last. If what would you say to someone who was maybe on the fence about making an investment like this one-on-one coaching is? What would you say to them if they were on the fence, they weren't sure if it was worth it?
How much change do you want in your future, and how much are you willing to invest in yourself?
Right. Yeah.
You know, there is no return without some sort of risk. this is what they teach us in finance school.
That's right. And you know what? We didn't talk about negotiations here, but you did share you were able to negotiate for yourself an increase, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you attribute that to? Was that the confidence or?
It was just the confidence in knowing that, just because I'm not able to show how well I am going to do in the role right now because I haven't started yet, goes to show how much I am able to do in the future and how much I can value myself 6 months from now.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
Overall, I'm very happy.
Yay!
I'm very excited for this new chapter. So
Yeah, I'm so excited for you. Well, thank you so much, Chatra. I appreciate you taking the time